Welcome back, everyone. This is part 12 of our chatbot building tutorial series, where we teach you how to build your own custom chatbots without the need for coding. If you want to check out the rest of the videos in this series, a link to the entire playlist will be in the description if you want to watch everything from part 1. So, for part 12, we're going to be talking about knowledge bases and how to use AI to search these knowledge bases to provide an answer. So let's start with what is a knowledge base. Well, simply put, a knowledge base is a source of information. So it can be a simple text file, a PDF file, a Microsoft Word document, or maybe it could also be a link to a web page. And these documents could contain, product information, store policies, instructions, terms and conditions, anything really. Any chunk of information, these can be stored in a knowledge base. Okay, but why do we need them? You may ask. Well, the reason why you need them is because there will come a point when you're building your own chatbot where you'll realize that trying to cover all your bases and hard coding all the responses for whatever question you can think of will get very tough, if not impossible, especially for very large scale, large scope chatbots. So, for example, you have a real estate business and you have a website and you want to build a chatbot for it. You do not want to end up doing something like this. Okay, here's going to be my response for how many bathrooms there are. Here's going to be my response if the user asks how many bedrooms there are. Here's going to be my response when the user asks how dog friendly is the neighborhood. Here's going to be my response if the user asks um, what's the weather like in the area, or how friendly is the neighborhood. You do not want to get into this scenario because it's just unmaintainable. It may work if you're just, let's say selling just one house, fine. If you really want to do it this way, fine. But two houses, three properties, or maybe you're selling used items, used cars, you get to two, three, four, five cars, specs of those cars. This way of doing it is just going to be impossible. Or another example would be if you're trying to create a bot that your employees could use for training. Training manuals are thick. They contain hundreds of pages. You cannot just hard code every single item in there. So that's where knowledge bases come in. So time for a few examples. I went online and searched for a real estate listing. I copied, a few of the details here into a document, and then I also found a used car sales website. I picked one car and copied a few specs into a document. And then you can save this as a Word file, or you can use just plain text file or a PDF. Or if you wish to do so, you can just use the URL to the web page that contains the information you want to use. So back inside Voiceflow, what we want to do is go to your rightmost tab here and then go to our content. Is the second icon. Here, the first option you have, not you go to knowledge, and then this is where you upload your knowledge base sources. I've already uploaded the two documents I've shown you. If you want to add more, want to go to the top right and click add data source. And then you have the option to use plain text where you can just type your information here if you want to, or other options would be to upload a file, which again supports text, Word, PDF, or you can paste the URL of the website. So that's that. That's pretty easy. That's pretty straightforward. Now it's time to make use of our knowledge bases. And just a quick note, I'm going to breeze past through the first few steps because what we're going to do is listen for a user response, place that response inside a variable. I've already shown you that, how to do that in part 8. I'm going to include a link in the description if you want to watch that. So for this quick example, let's just do ask me anything. And then let's do capture. capture the entire user reply. Let's save that into last occurrence. That's going to be our variable. Then this is where we ask the knowledge base. So basically, once the user responds, we need to process that response and search for the answer inside the knowledge base. So the way we do that is go to AI and then response AI. So we can click this. And if you remember in part 11, using AI generated response, we used AI model as our data source. For this one, we are going to use knowledge base because that's where we want to generate the answer from. So for the question, this is pretty much ChatGPT. If you use ChatGPT, it's just as straightforward. So what I want to do is tell the AI to greet the user first and then answer the user question, which is, and then we enter the variable, which is last utterance. And that's about it. It's very straightforward. So when the user opens the chatbot, we tell them to ask me anything. We listen and capture the response and save it into a variable called last utterance. And then we move to the next step where we tell AI to greet the user. Then after greeting them, use what they asked, which we saved in last utterance variable, and search for an answer inside the knowledge base. Pretty straightforward. So let's try it out. Well, before we run this, I forgot to do one thing. So after answering, I just wanted to just loop back to the very beginning because I just for easier testing, so we can ask it over and over. So let's try it out now. Let's hit run. There we go. Ask me anything. So before we do that, let's go back to our documents and let's see what we can ask. So let's do something simple. So the first on this list is bedrooms. So let's ask the bot how many bedrooms does this house have? There we go. Hello, this house has 3 bedrooms. Again, we didn't hard code this response. It's all the work has been done by AI. We asked the question, the AI referenced the documents we uploaded and found an answer. Let's try another one. Something down the list. Um, let's try bathrooms. How many bathrooms? How many bathrooms? There we go again. The property has 2 full bathrooms and 1 half bathroom, exactly as the document says. Let's run this again for the car. Let's try the car. So let's reference the document. Let's start with the color. Let's ask what's the color of the car. The color of the car. So there we go. The color of the car is white. So even that, the AI is smart enough to understand that I'm asking for the exterior color and not the interior color. Let's scroll down. Let's ask it another question. The mileage. What's the mileage? So there's our answer. Let's try another one because this is going to be interesting. So at the bottom here as well, I've noticed the car has been in one accident. So let's try to ask the chatbot in a different way. Let's say, did this car get involved in an accident? There you go. According to the reference information, this car has been involved in at least one accident or damage. So again, the power of this, it's very conversational. It's using large language models. So I didn't program any questions. I didn't try to predict whatever questions. We just uploaded set of documents and the AI does the work. So yeah, as you can see, this is a pretty powerful tool to understand and start using. Now, obviously our example is pretty simple. We're only using like bullet points and one-page documents. But where this feature and AI capability shines is when you start using, I don't know, a 20-page terms and conditions or a 50-page a training document. That's where this becomes very powerful. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell because we have more tutorials coming your way. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.